Hey there. I journeyed today and I thought I would pop in here and record my experience for you. This also helps me in my integration of it. And a little bit of context, I'm currently in course 2 that's being facilitated by Anastasia Lopez at Moms on Mushrooms. And if you're a mom and you're walking this medicine path, it is an unbelievable community, so please check it out. But so this week we are Creative Dose. I'm working with Creative Doses, the midway between microdose and a macrodose experience, and learning about different strains and how to work with the medicine in these like really beautiful and incredible ways. And today was a creative dose and creativity. We were exploring creative expression, and the activation was for a collage, and I wasn't feeling called to that. I fancy myself a bit of an artist, and I wanted to paint again. I'm nomadic, and even in the back of my car are all of my art supplies. And so I was like, this is like a perfect opportunity for me to pull this stuff out and have my journey. So I got myself set up and I went to Michael's the other day and just to see what else I could get. And I bought a big like 12 by 18 watercolor block, and then something in me, or perhaps outside of me, was like, little things, get little things. And so I got a 4 by 6 watercolor block and then this other little 3 by 3 little sketchbook. And when I sat down, and I'll post the photos in the comments, but when I sat down to begin, like I had my meditation and I prepared my tea and lit my candle and I blessed myself and the space with sage, and I had my mantra and I was ready to go. And so I start sketching this monarch coming out of the chrysalis, and it felt hard to do. I don't know, like it just wasn't flowing. And so I was starting to feel a little bit frustrated, and then the time came for me to pull the paints out and start painting, and it was like just a no. Like every step of the way was a challenge and frustrating, and like I couldn't get it. And so I abandoned my 12 by 18 masterpiece. And here's where the medicine is so magic, because I kept hearing this whisper, look closely, little things, small steps. And so I put the 12 by 18 away and pulled out my small watercolor block and really started to feel the medicine, and was just holding myself in that and welcoming it. And then I just started to paint. And every time I would have a thought or an idea of what I wanted to do, like it was no. And so finally I just conceded and I was like, all right, what do you want to paint? It was like this, I was being a little conduit for the medicine to paint, and it did. So a quick recap of some of the things that I learned is that I do not need to go big to be worthy. I do not need to go big to be worthy. And look closely. Little things and small steps. Oh, and I want to add one more thing to my little video. If you made it this far, here's another lesson that I learned. Sometimes what you want to paint doesn't want to be painted. Sometimes what you want to paint doesn't want to be painted.